Speedway live now here on Racing America, and as you can see, it's not raining. The car covers are coming off, and we are about ready to go here with the final 134 laps of the Oxford 250. Right now, Joey Dwyer leading over Derek Griffith, DJ Shaw, Trevor Sanborn, and Gabe Brown. They have yet to make pit stops. How will this rain affect that? We'll find out. I'm Alan Dietz, glad to be here with you, and once again, want to thank Austin Terrio for being with us. And he had to leave during the rain delay, but did a great job, and really appreciate his insight, which there was quite a bit during that first half of the race. Part of the reason the racetrack's dry, well, we had 60 or so vehicles out on the racetrack. About 10 or so safety vehicles, 2 street stocks, and all the rest were volunteers, fans. And it got pretty interesting, honestly. We could have came back. We had taken the cameras down because of the lightning, and we didn't want them to get wet. But some of those spectator vehicles started going very fast, and we actually even had one do a quite substantial burnout on the front straightaway as they were heading back to the pit area. So the track has definitely dried off. I think they're going to run the cars around for a few laps. I'm sure they'll run around for a few extra laps. See Kate Ray going back to her car, and then we'll turn them loose here for the final laps. Weather looking good for the remainder of the night. But one thing to keep in mind, the racetrack is dry, but pit row is very wet in some spaces, and we've seen some crews out there with leaf blowers and some different things to try and help dry off pit lane. But the spotters have already been told to make sure and tell their drivers to be very careful. There's Trevor Sanborn going back to his car, to be very careful and mindful for the drivers whenever they go on pit lane, because it is going to be wet. Another thing, reason you see those air blowers, the condensation inside the cars, you see some of the um, steam and that condensation on the inside of the cars. And we've seen it in the past at races that were kind of chilly, and usually once we go back under green, that sorts itself out. So just a few of the things to consider as part of this 51st annual Oxford 250. We'll take you through the rundown now as we stand here with 116 laps completed. Joey Dwyer in the leader, Derek Griffith in second, DJ Shaw third, followed by Trevor Sanborn and Gabe Brown. Garrett Lamb is sixth, Garrett Hall seventh, Mike Hopkins in eighth, Nick Cusack in ninth, and Dylan Moltz is 10th. Jeff Taylor 11th, Johnny Clark in 12th, Cassius Clark in 13th, 14th is Josh St. Clair, and Scott Moore is back in 15th, Kyle Reed 16th, Austin Terrace 17th, Dave Farrington in 18th, Ryan Kuhn in 19th, Dennis Spencer 20th, and Brandon Barker in 21st, Nick Sweet 22nd, Silas Ripley 23rd, Eddie McDonald 24th, and Bubba Pollard 25th. You Eddie McDonald and Bubba Pollard fans, if you haven't been watching, don't freak out. Right before that red flag came out, they made their first pit stops, and I know Bubba Pollard changed the right side tires and made some air pressure adjustments over on the left side. Now, once we do get back under green and once they open the pits, will they see some of the leaders come in then? We'll find out. 26th is Kate Ray, 27th Scott Robbins, 28th is Calvin Rose, 29th is Ben Rowe, and 30th Scott McDaniels. 31 is Dominic Curick, 32 Rusty Poland, 33rd Travis Stearns, 34th is Jimmy Renfro, and the lucky dog should be Brandon Varney, which will give us 35 cars on the lead lap. Mike Rose 36, Tim Brackett 37th, Mike Scorzelli 38th, Kyle Salemi 39th, Craig Slonwhite is 40th. He's out of the race. Corey Hall out, and Colby Benjamin out. So we've still got 39 cars out on the racetrack. As you see, the car cover coming off on Bubba Pollard's car. Now, those of you watching on this free view on social media, if you have not purchased our coverage of the Oxford 250, as I said, we've still got 134 laps to go, so more than half of this race is left here from Oxford Plains Speedway. You can go to racingamerica.tv now. If you're a subscriber, you'll get a discounted rate for our coverage, and if you're not a subscriber, you should be, first off. But if not, you can still purchase. You don't have to be a subscriber to racingamerica.tv to purchase. So we're going to say so long here on this live look-in, and we're going to take a break here as we conclude this live look-in. We're going to take a break for those of you watching on racingamerica.tv, and when we come back, it shouldn't be very long before we have cars on the track.
Hey, I'm Bubba Pollard, and you're watching Racing America.